Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen may have taken all the headlines for their duel at the front, but Daniel Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz were also locked in a pretty spicy fight for points at the US Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo brushed off a fellow F1 driver's accusation that he pulled off a dirty move at the United States Grand Prix, on the way to a fifth-placed finish. The Australian was embroiled in a battle with Carlos Sainz throughout the race in Austin, and things got a little heated between the pair, as the finish line drew nearer. The headlines after the action in Texas were, of course, all about Max Verstappen's victory, and the extension of his narrow drivers' championship lead over title rival Lewis Hamilton. The Red Bull ace produced a very mature drive to see off a late push from the seven-time world champion, and ensure he left the US with a 12-point cushion between them. But there was another intriguing battle going on a little further back, as Ricciardo and Sainz went wheel to wheel in their fight for supremacy in the midfield. After climbing to fifth with a fast start but soon falling back to seventh, the Australian racer was back inside the top five by the end of the first lap, after overtaking teammate Lando Norris and Sainz, the man whose seat he filled after leaving McLaren for Ferrari. The Spaniard stayed with Ricciardo for most of the race, and with 13 laps to go decided to try to get past the former Red Bull and Renault man. But they made contact as Sainz tried to go around the outside of the papaya car, and ended up having to pull out of the maneuver. He made his feelings about the contact clear over team radio, telling his race engineer, "That got a bit dirty." He did that on purpose. But the Ferrari man did admit afterwards that it was a good battle, and that he would have done a similar thing if I was in his position. My take is that the guy on the inside does this kind of thing on purpose, always to try and squeeze the guy on the outside. I would have done the same, Sainz said. The thing is, it got a bit rough with the contact. I think he could have done it a bit cleaner because I nearly spun. Commentating for Sky Sports, Martin Brundle said he saw nothing wrong with Ricciardo defending his position in the way that he did. After the race, the Australian described his battle with Sainz as a lot of fun, adding, "I got Carlos I think on the start, then he got me back with a good move outside of turn 6 into 7. And then I got him back on turn 17 I think on the inside. So it was 3 changes in position on the first lap, which was cool, but that was crucial for me to get a top 5 today. Charles Leclerc showed that Ferrari were quicker, we couldn't match that pace today. So obviously that's something we've got to still try to find. But to beat one of them it's quite rewarding." And Sainz put on a good attack later on in the race as well, and we obviously went side by side, and a little bit of banging wheels. So it was very fun and I needed to hold on for everything I could. Ricciardo also took being labeled dirty as a compliment, adding that racers sometimes need to be aggressive in the way they go about their business on the track. "Obviously you don't deliberately try to go into someone," he said. "But that's obviously a little bit of rubbing racing. That's cool. I'm happy to be dirty. I'm a nice guy, so being dirty every now and then is all right." Ricciardo finished 5th in the race, 1 place behind Leclerc in the other Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas managed to overtake Sainz in the final stages, meaning the Spaniard finished 7th, ahead of the other McLaren driven by Norris in 8th. Yuki Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel took the final 2 points places in Austin. If you like this video, please hit the like button to give this channel a boost. If you would like to see more Formula 1, please hit the subscribe button, and hit the little bell to be notified of future videos.